joined by the winner of the second annual Window World 125 for the late model stock cars and the solid rock carriers car store, the driver of the number 03 old school video games Toyota Camry for lead pulling performance, driver Brenden Queen. Brenden, let me start by offering you this statement.
I just got to pause you real quick. BestRepair.net.
Okay, and BestRepair.net. But Brenden,
Sorry about that.
no, you just got me. That's your turn, right? So, but Brenden Queen is a race winner at North Wilkesboro Speedway. How does that send you, just hearing that, how does that make you feel?
Man, as a driver, you dream of winning races like Martinsville and the Hampton Heat and the Thanksgiving Classic, and this race is one of those, and it might be bigger, honestly. Just look at this trophy. Oh, they said I can make, well, I can't, that's illegal, but they said that you can make a drink in it. I mean, where else can you get that? So, I mean, this is just huge. I'm telling you, I knew when I got the pole, I had my work cut out, and when I was in here a couple hours ago, I didn't think it was our race by any means. You got anything can happen: flat tires, motors, strategy, cautions. So it luckily worked out. Our car was so good early on, and I was like trying not to get over anxious with the racing somebody else. So it's like I need to race the track, race my car. Not worry about what these other guys are doing. Don't let them push me into going too hard, stuff like that. Went a little hard at one point to try to get some track position back because we were hitting the racetrack until the tire stopped. So if I was on the top, I just would hit the track and go up in 3 and 4. 1 and 2, I was okay. So, we just kind of rode it out, started getting free in when the tires were giving up, but that last pit stop, putting some fresh right sides on and doing what we did with the lefts made all the difference. And I knew I needed to get the lead as quick as possible because clean air is so big, but I wanted to do it clean. I was trying not to rough anybody up, and we could just get off of 4 so much better than those guys and drive up under them down the hill. And I'm telling you, that was the difference than getting on the front row. And once we got the lead, trying to tell me to save for a late caution, and I was driving probably with fingers crossed on one side, like just get it in the checkers.
All right, we will open it up for media availability. Matt Weaver will let you kick off, then we'll go to Brandon White, and we'll see who else decides to join the party.
That we have a short track scene.
I can't hear. We might have to relay.
It's not you.
I'm deaf anyways, so.
I am too. When you make the move to go to lead, I think I'm good now.
You're good,
Yeah,
you're good.
okay. When you made the move to go full-time cars tour this year and to race with lead, so much of it was trying to raise your national profile. You wanted to make a splash like this, winning at premier facilities, trying to go win a championship. How special is it to kind of have 4 races into the season, the first big benchmark for your winning a marquee event?
It's huge. Like I told you back at Media Day, this opportunity came about, and that's why I'm here, is to showcase away from home on a more national level. The car store is the toughest competition in the country for late model stock, and to beat the best, you got to brace in this series. And obviously, I talked about letting one get away at Florence. So I was really kicking myself because wins are so hard to get. You don't know when you'll get another one. So we just been knocking on the door, and I'd give up just a regular race to win Wilkesboro every day of the week. So this is something. 40 years from now, I'll be able to look at this trophy and be like, man, we won at North Wilkesboro. I mean, not a lot of people can say that. And not only get the ball and win, we saw Quapple do it last year, and now we did it. So it's really cool to be in company with the junior motorsports team.
Brandon White with NASCAR Roots. You mentioned Lee Pulliam. I mean, he's probably one of the greatest late model stock drivers in this entire region. So, how has joining him really helped you develop as a driver?
Well, the good thing is, I came to Lee already running my own stuff, knowing what it took, and already, not the youngest cup of tea. I mean, still young enough to make it in the sport by no means, but I wasn't a 15-year-old kid coming there with no late model experience, so that helped the learning curve. But Lee is so good at just giving you cars for these types of races. He's good at just tips throughout the races, and no matter how many races I win, every time I strap in and run a lap, I'm learning. So whenever you can learn from somebody that's won that many races, probably won more races than we'll forget, you know, like, or more, he's probably won more races than he'll even remember running in, you know. So it's something that you can't take that away. I mean, it's all the effort that he's done over the years to help young racers like me. And you know, the ultimate payoff for Lee is when he sees us pulling victory lane. I mean, I've seen Lee win a lot of races, but to see him up there on the lift with us, looks like he was driving.
Steve Wilson, SpeedwayDigest.com. I asked this earlier to a couple of your others. You're here, you won. What does it mean that you've won against some of the Cup stars and even the current owners of the series now?
It's big. This is one we circled, that there's so much eyes on this race, and you know, hopefully something comes out of it. You never know, but you got to win these races to get your name in the hat. So we got to pedal down, trying to make opportunities happen, and I think this is a step in the right direction. This is a race we wanted to win because of all them being in the race. I mean, not many people can say they went toe-to-toe with the Cup guys and won in the late model level. So to be one of those guys like that's won the Denny Hamlin showdowns and stuff like that, this is special. But that's kind of what it was like. It was like the old Denny Hamlin showdown race.
Hey Brenden, Scott Whitfield with race 22. Seemed to be a two-part question here. Seemed to be a mixed bag of strategies. You're starting to prove that you don't have to save tires to win these races, that you can run up front, and if you have them fresh at the end, like you did here, you did well. Secondly, you told us if you won that this would be the greatest day of your life. Is it already the greatest day of your life, or you still got more partying to do?
Well, I'm sure there's going to be some partying going on tonight, but you know, it's definitely the biggest win of my career. We're going to enjoy it, but tomorrow morning we're back to work. Like I said, I'm going to run a dirt car Friday night, so that's already next on my agenda. Go get a win there and get ready for Tri-County and try to bring home that 30 grand. But as far as your question there, I would say it's definitely up there as the biggest win of my life, and something I won't forget. And I'm definitely going to enjoy the moment because it's going to go by quick. It's already going by quick, but I mean, we did it.
What's your Waffle House order?
That's a good question. So, I'm definitely getting me a chocolate milk. We gotta have chocolate milk. I normally do the All-Star special with bacon, and they got really good eggs and cheese. I'm gonna tell you that. Normally split the waffle with my beautiful girlfriend over here. And what else I come with? Bacon and hash browns. But I will say they do have a nice little burger there if you're not in a breakfast food mood. But you can never go wrong with some chocolate milk.
House question here. Are we a covered hash browns fan at all?
Are we what now?
Are we a covered hash browns fan at all?
We got some people. I'm a picky eater. Well, I have something to drink that changes. But I'm going to tell you, I'm pretty picky, so I kind of do my plain, maybe ketchup, but we got some on the team that do it.
Grace Holding Speed Sport. You had built a pretty comfortable lead by the end there. Kind of what was going through your head on the final lap? Were you already kind of celebrating? Were you just like, please make it to the checkered flag? Like, what was going through your head?
It's so hard to celebrate because in our series, the yellow can still come out and rack you back up. When I came down the backstretch going into 3, I started to celebrate a little bit, but it's not over until you come off the 4 and cross the line. Like I said, the last 20 laps, I had my fingers crossed on the right side of the stairwell. I was like, please. You know, I knew we were good enough to still win it, but restarts don't go your way all the time. But once I took the checkered, it was game on after that. So it was nerve-wracking on the white flag though.
I'll chip in one here while we let our folks think. This is big, I think, not only because of the prestige of this track and everything that surrounds the history and the significance of this, but when you look at it from a championship context, too, Carson won the last 3 races, and you had been top 5 in points, and now you're back in the winner's circle. It's another big win that you have to go along with what you picked up in Florence, and you're able. But now, does it put you right back on top of it? Have you thought about the sort of long-term ramifications of that already? Have you had a chance to sort of touch on that?
Yeah, I think, obviously racing for points the last 3 years at Langley, you got to win. If you win, the points take care of themselves. I really, you set out to win a championship, but you don't try to think about it early. You just try not to, throw it away early by making mistakes. Honestly, I came here to win races, and I always said if I win races, I'll be in the points battle, but this is definitely a big statement considering Quapple's been getting out on us. And it kind of is nice, a lot of people have put me in the talk of a contender, and I just want to make myself a contender. I want to make him earn it, and I hope it comes down to him and I battling it out, but we want to be on his heels, that's for sure.
Any questions in the back for Brenden Queen, our race winner?
Jeopardy music.
Yeah, we get to Jeopardy music. All right, final question for you. When should we expect the Waffle House one?
When we go to Waffle House. As soon as we get out of here, we're probably heading that way.
Fair enough. That makes sense.
It'll be on the vlog with Flow Racing. Thank you, Flow Racing, for partnering with us. We will have that on the vlog because we have yet to capture it on one of our vlogs, but it's getting captured tonight.
And where can people find that vlog?
Well, Flow Racing has been posting it on their Facebook, Twitter, and then I'm going to post it on YouTube after they post it. But
What's your YouTube channel?
yeah, Brenden Queen. Just you type that in, go straight to the channel, and Flow Racing is doing a great job at helping us promote it. And looking forward to the rest of the year. We're still building on it, getting it better, but it's not for lack of effort.
Brenden, congratulations on your victory tonight in the Window World 125. Thank you so much for your time, and best of luck.